I am no longer working at Offbrand Games, says Pirate Software. People were attacking all of the games we were publishing and trying to mass review bomb them. You can dislike the things I say, but this kind of behavior is unhinged. Oh man, let's check out the carnage, because off-brand games are extremely vulnerable to that kind of attack right now. See, as far as I can tell, they've got 3 products on Steam right now, and 2 of them are only available in the form of a free demo, with an independent demo page each. What this means from the perspective of someone who wants to review bomb their games, get together with other people or use bots, there are soft targets to deface. Because with the demo, the only barrier is downloading it, running it for a bit, and then you're allowed to leave a review. You don't have to pay anything. See, I downloaded Bonnie Bear Saves Frog Time demo, and now I can leave a review. I'm not going to, and you shouldn't either, but it's right there, and for anyone who wants to hit all their games, it's effortless. So with review bombers targeting all their products, this is gonna be Oh, it's literally received 1 negative review ever, and that was in January. So their other soft target with a free demo, Aethermancer, that must have been defaced with a review bomb, right? Not exactly. Okay, so their other game that's actually out, Rivals of Aether 2, and Ludwig, who I believe is a founder of Offbrand Games, said for sure that one is being review bombed. Such a bummer Rivals 2 is getting any shit. People are now review bombing the game. The now deleted tweet he was quoting doesn't seem to call for such a thing, but maybe people underneath it were saying they were gonna. And he confirmed today that the games they support have been getting review bombed. So we're looking for mass negative reviews of Rivals of Aether 2 that are not about the game, or are obviously not really about the game, even if they pretend to be. That's going to be way harder to bomb because there's a price tag on it. Are people bombing it somewhere else, like on Metacritic? No, 3 negative reviews ever. So Rivals of Aether 2 has been review bombed on Steam. I have to ask, where? We want to see a big old red spike. Where is it? In the month of June, the most negative reviews it got in a day was 6. As far as I can count, less than 10 have anything to do with Pirate Software or Stop Killing Games. But there aren't even enough negative reviews in total that if they were all about that, it could be called any kind of review bomb. But of course, because Ludwig said it was being review bombed, people went on to counter that. One user's recommendation reads, "Game is getting review bombed for some blank that ain't even true, Lamau." Ironic. When I originally tweeted my skepticism of the review bomb, something became clear. People heard about the bomb, went to the page, saw it was on Mixed, and seemed to have thought it dropped down to 50% because of this review bomb. The #1 post about review bombing in their subreddit talks about it dropping to 52% after this review bomb. But that is actually intensely misleading. So we do know a little while before the SKG related reviews, it was on 60%. They're right about that. And on June 26th, post-bombing, it was down to 52%. They're right about those numbers, but there's something they're ignoring. It was 60% of 155 reviews, and then 52% of 121 reviews. This is because, of course, recent reviews is a 30-day window. The video that pissed everyone off dropped on June 23rd. So, what was Rivals of Aether 2's 30-day average the day before? 24th May to 22nd June, inclusive. 30 days. Using the archives to count day by day, by my maths there were 130 reviews in that period, 72 of those being positive. That gets you 55% positive the day before Ross's video. So the claim is, that video got your review bombed, and your recent average dropped 3% by the 26th. Not much of a bomb, is it? But it gets worse. If we shift that window 3 days, so we're looking at the 27th of May to the 25th of June, the day before the positive counter bomb, you lose 2 negative, 3 negative, and 3 negative, which is 8. In the days that replace those when the window moves, you got 4 negative, 1 negative, and 3 negative, which is also 8. But in those 3 days you lose from the window shift, you lose 2, 3, and 7 positive reviews, which is 12. And it's replaced by days where you got 2, 2, and 1, which is 5. A decrease of 7. Advanced maths, I know. Which dumps you down to 123 total, 65 of which are positive, landing you at just below 53% positive. The recent review percentage went down because you got the same number of negatives, but less positives. That ain't a bomb. Let's take a peep at Pirate Software's self-published game. Now that is what a bomb looks like. Fair few of the new ones have barely any playtime, though that can be explained by the game itself, and they just talk about Pirate Software's takes. Maybe he has a legit grievance there, but this isn't Offbrand published. Rivals of Aether 2, now apparently some have been deleted, but I cannot find more than 10. I can't even find 10. 10 reviews that are clearly not actually about the game. Now when you get really bombed, Steam steps in and drops one of these. That hasn't happened here, and you can still take that filter off if you want. Plus, on Rivals, reviews that are just talking about Moldavius are still there. I would suggest that there is zero evidence any kind of bombing happened. Just a minuscule number of annoyed people. Not even enough to change the 30-day negative review quantity until you hit the 26th, which is the day the massive counterbomb happened. And all 6 of those negative reviews are from people who put substantial time into the game and are talking about the game. One guy who's played it for 40 hours went out of his way to say, yeah, he knows about the Pirate Software stuff, it annoys him, but this ain't about that. Even though there's content in the game that was used to promote and fundraise for Pirate Software's ferret rescue. I didn't know about that financial connection, but I checked and it is absolutely true. If there's anything I'll give Pirate Software a big thumbs up for, it's rescuing animals. But in those reviews, that's the only mention, and one weirdo just pasted the about section. But from all that I've seen, Pirate Software's statement about why he's stepping down doesn't exactly strike me as real or true. And it absolutely stinks of face saving and fear of what might happen in the future, rather than anything that really has. Little bit like that unlawful DMCA claim. Feel free to prove me wrong, but I did my usual digging and didn't find shit. He did say trying to mass review bomb them, so maybe there's evidence of a terrible plot. But be forewarned that some screenshot of a dipshit in a Discord isn't going to cut it for me, especially when they aren't competent enough to even hit your free demos. You don't quit your passion job over that. Maybe he should focus more on something he's good at, being a sacrificial lamb. Blows himself up fighting SKG, signatures go through the roof. Gets hated on a little bit in a tiny dusting of negative reviews. Positive reviews go through the roof, and the game gets put on a nice 30% sale. Maybe I'll pick it up. Don't have much time, but I loved the first one. Oh, the video was gonna end here, but stop the press. Pirate Software has given an update, I just noticed. For those trying to say this is now somehow a lie, the abuse was across socials, people on Discord, Twitter, Reddit, and some reviews on Steam. Oh, so you know it wasn't review bombed. Abuse and whatever, sure. Horrible. That ain't all you said, though. Indie games are fragile things, and attacks like that hit hard. Overall sentiment was to bash the games. Very different to people actually review bombing it or trying to review bomb it, as you said. You know that didn't happen. You said it did. What's that called? People were trying to review bomb it? How do you review bomb? You get the game, run it for a bit, leave a review. If you want to be really nasty, I think you can refund. Maybe they plugged that up though. People were trying to do that, but what, they couldn't find the store page? They went to pay and oh shit, I don't have $20 or whatever. Did not happen. And the sentiment was also to bash the developers working on them to try to get back at you. That's horrible. Too bad you also said other things. Saying thing B and that being legit doesn't erase bullshit A you spoke. He did this with the stop killing game stuff, remember? Hey, I didn't lie. Here are the things I said that are true. Ignoring the thing people are saying is a lie. And this time something more's happened. A review bomb has morphed into people bashing it on other platforms and there being some reviews. You threw out a heavy accusation of a very specific kind of conduct. Ludwig did as well, but that's not your fault. And Offbrand, and a game they published, has reaped the rewards. The uptick in positive reviews that Rivals of Aether has been enjoying to this day is not because people were being mean on Reddit, it's because they were told the game got review bombed. Did it? Because you've repeated that, your sacrifice is somewhat in vain. Your stink's still attached. It's gonna smell like you for a while.